Hey, hey, hey. We need a waterman here Tuesday. I just found out about Mick Jagger's girlfriend dying of suicide. She had it all. Everything I could have ever wanted. She was a model. She had 72-inch legs. She was 6'4". She worked in New York, Los Angeles, she traveled the world, saw everything. Um, she was only 49 years old. Not too much younger than me. And what was really cool about her is she had a career that she loved and was really good at and creative with. She was raised by Mormons. She was an adopted girl. She was adopted and raised by Mormons. And the only thing I think about that is maybe her lifestyle conflicted with the values she was given. And maybe she was haunted by being adopted as a young person. That can be hard on young people being adopted. And it's not as hard as being aborted, though. But the problem is when you're adopted, sometimes, this is the thing I think, when you're thinking about giving up your child for adoption, ask yourself, will the other person love this child and protect this child as much as I do? And when you ask that question, I found no. There was no one on earth that was going to be more diligent about protecting my children and loving them. And I knew that person had to be me. And I'm not saying her adoptive parents didn't love her. I believe they did. But I also believe there's a lot of stuff that goes on in adoptive homes that people just don't want to talk about. And children who are adopted feel ungrateful if they talk about it. Um, but even if you're raised by your own parents, here, you have tons of stuff you want to say bad about them too. So the point is, the real point is that whether we're adopted or not, and we're very successful, I think part of her success had to do with her having uh, been in a family that was supportive, perhaps, and supported her, or she rebelled against them not supporting her. One of the two, it went. But the point is she became successful in every area of her life, though it appeared that way. But the Bible says a person's belongings are not who they are. Just because a person could have everything and an abundance of everything, it could mean nothing. And I've often thought about that. If I had everything and I was in New York and I had one of those really cool apartments that overlooked the city, it was just beautiful inside. Everything I ever wanted. Every cooking utensil, everything. But I didn't have my kids there. I didn't have my friends there. It'd be meaningless. It would mean nothing. I wouldn't want to be there. I wouldn't want to be there by myself. Some of you would. Some of you like solitude. But here's what I really don't understand about her dying is that she hung herself on a doorknob. How do you do that? I don't think I want to know. I don't think I want other people showing us how either. But that was really interesting. She's 6'4", and she found a way to hang herself on a doorknob. Now, she must have done some research on that because I don't think hanging yourself on a doorknob is common knowledge. So she had thought this through, and she must have been in so much pain that she didn't see any other cure for that pain. Or she was murdered. You know, I don't know why, but we got all these conspiracy theories going on out there, why people are murdered, why that plane disappeared, and things like that. And you always wonder, if you watch CSI or any of those murder shows, you always in the back of your mind, or psych, you always think, oh, it may appear this way. But we've had lots of things appear this way and it not be as they appeared. So I really pray for those that loved her because they're the ones that are hurting the most. And I'm really sorry that this happened, and I hope If you ever are thinking of committing suicide or getting out of your pain, that you'll find someone to talk to about that. A healthcare professional. A healthcare professional could have helped her at least see that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Now, there are some religions that believe that suicide is the unforgivable sin. However, they're not taking into account the people who commit suicide are really, really sick. They're not committing suicide because they don't want to live. They're committing suicide because they're in so much pain. And who wants to live in pain? So it's understandable, and people should never, ever judge somebody who commits suicide or even think that it's an unforgivable sin, because it's really not. And that should give comfort to the families of the people who have had members commit suicide. It really has to do with pain. And I feel so sad for people who lose their family members through suicide or drug addiction. Because again, a drug addiction is just a way to numb the pain too. And I'm going to be doing more helpful ways to help our friends and families who are depressed and who are contemplating suicide or who are drug addicts. These things are really important to know how to help them, how to give them hope, how to let them know that they're in hell and you get that, but we're not going to pitch a tent there, and you're going to help them get out of there, help them find ways to get out of there. Okay. So, see you later.